I think a testament to nature's unending greatness is how much it can still surprise us today. Every year, we discover new organisms, whether they be large or small, which may come to a surprise to some people, as most think we've just about discovered every single creature roaming our lands and seas. Well, in 2023 alone, there have been numerous species which have been discovered and or described. So if I were to go through every single one, well, we'd be sitting here all day long. So we'll smash this video out with a classic top 5. The first on this list will have to be the vampire wasp, which yeah, that sounds like a friendly enough name. Normally people don't take too much notice into insect discoveries, but there's always an exception for a wasp that is observed to feast on its prey from the inside out before depositing their larvae inside. That's what you can call a great Thanksgiving dinner. As its scientific name suggests, these wasps have been discovered in the Amazon. Its colouring is interesting, being a bright yellow, and as far as size goes, it grows around 0.7 inches in length. So I wouldn't call it particularly large, but for those afraid of bugs, it may as well be bigger than Godzilla himself. Its eating behaviour definitely makes it a strange creature at the very least, but makes it perfect for this list. Now we move on to my personal favourite of the bunch, this being DiCaprio snail-eating snake. This actor of the snake world has been discovered in both Panama and Colombia. For those of you that think it looks a bit freaky, don't you worry. It, as well as its 4 other snail-eating species, are quite harmless. This snake even has an inbuilt defense mechanism, as when the snake feels threatened, it hides its head before releasing a musky odor to scare away predators. Following the examination of 343 snake DNA sequences, 5 species were deemed to be sufficiently different genetically and morphologically from their nearest relatives to be considered a new species by experts. Sadly, these snake populations are threatened due to mining and deforestation, which is the same threat that most species are experiencing nowadays. But as the name suggests, they are snail eaters, which I do think is quite unique and interesting as a trait. You hear about snakes eating mice, lizards, and even other snakes, but snails? Definitely not as much, making it easily my favourite pick. Now we have the stream tree frog, found in Ecuador. Fun fact, this frog's scientific name originates after J.R.R. Tolkien, as its colouring was that of a fantasy world. They even paraphrased The Hobbit in the introduction of their paper. Those are some die-hard fans. These frogs live in riparian habitats. These are areas located between land and water sources. It seems likely that they are nocturnal animals, primarily being active in the dark. Overall, they are pretty neat, and you can never have too many frogs. Next, we have the bent-toed gecko, which is located in the Democratic Republic of Timor-Leste. Sorry if I butchered that. Specifically, in the Nino Kona Santana National Park. Sorry if I butchered that again. The original survey found variations of the species in 2022, but the writing describing this was published in early 2023. These species evolved to live on rocks, sharing the same traits as other lizards, including curled toes, large eyes, and a brownish colour. They are thought to be nocturnal, living amongst the rocks and caves, though wider sampling is still required. However, a lot of these type of geckos are normally nocturnal, so I'd be pretty confident in saying so as well. Despite limited research, this species is interesting nonetheless. And we've definitely just been flying through this video, as we are already on our last one. This is known as the gymnule, discovered in the Philippines. You can tell by the species name that it hasn't quite been determined yet, still requiring more research. But as far as we know, it's middle size, not being the largest nor the smallest of the genus. They seem to be mainly carnivores though, dieting on earthworms, insects, and arthropods, although they don't mind the odd fungi or two. This little fella goes by a number of names, including hairy hedgehogs or moon rats, which are pretty fitting I'd say, because it kinda looks like a moon rat and it's closely related to hedgehogs. The species also has golden streaks in their fur, and they are some pretty wholesome animals. Can't tell if they're cute or weird looking, but hey, pretty wholesome. And for that, they are the 5th and final entry on this list. Now, despite being only a top 5, these are just some of the animals I found most interesting and unique. There's a number of more that I can get into, and if you want that, then don't forget to comment that below. But personally, I can't wait to see what 2024 has to offer. I will say though, a lot of people may expect new species to be massive, maybe a new cat, maybe even a unicorn, but realistically at this point in our discoveries, we'll discover a lot smaller sized animals, and a lot that we've already discovered just need to be separated into their own species from their genus. But who knows, maybe the ocean has something down below that can definitely challenge this. As always, I hope you all enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all next time. See ya.